Hi everyone, so on Saturday I got sent my Inquisitional Agents box set, and today's Monday and I've finished making them all. I'll show you how I did it and what I did to get there. So I began by deciding what I was going to make. Now obviously the Tome Skull's made, the gun servitor. What I've also done is magnetise, a little bit messy really, but I've magnetised the guns to allow me to put whatever I want on. And then I made the Auto Savant. I haven't glued the scroll on yet because I think it's going to be a pain to paint. I obviously made my leader. Which one's that? The Interrogator Agent. I then made my Deathworld Agent. The Pistolier. And the Mystic. Then I moved on, after deciding which ones looked best in their original sculpts. I then moved on to making the extra ones that you don't get the bodies for. So I'd already picked up these Necromunda Delaque models, just a single sprue of them, and that's what I was going to use when I didn't get an Ashes of Faith box because they'd sold out. So instead of paying a lot for an Ashes of Faith box, which I nearly did, but never quite got around to it. Anyway, so I didn't know the size. So looking at the size of these, it's obvious that the Delaque are very, very tall. So I didn't want to make half of my kill team super tall and super skinny, super gangly. So I had to look at what to do. What I ended up doing was cutting about that much off of the bodies of these and then making them a little bit smaller. So this is my Enlightener Agent. As you can see, it's a little bit smaller, but actually compares very well to the size of the Interrogator. So I figured that would do. So just cut down and then glued on. This was a nice clean cut. You can hide some of the cutting with the little packs that they get. The arms for this fit in really quite well, and I think that looks really good. We have a Quest Keeper Agent. Again, it's quite easy because it's just arms and a head. There's a bit of gap there which has got some green stuff in it, and the rest of it's hidden by the backpack thing, whatever it is. I have the Hexorcist Agent, again made with a Delaque body. It's a bit of a funny one this, so I used a bit of body from something else, I'm not sure what, for the torso, and had to cut it down quite drastically to be able to put this furry thing on his shoulders. But again, it worked out pretty well. Nice clean cuts, and he's the right size as well. The only one I did differently is this Penal Legionnaire. So I actually used a body from, it's a Necromunda body. It's from the Cargo Hauler. It's one of the gunner people from the Cargo Hauler. So I used the body, put this breastplate on the front, had to use a bit of green stuff to fill in some gaps It's not the neatest, but I think once it's painted, it'll look all right. And yeah, again, he's well proportioned compared to the other build that would have been there, which is the Deathworld agent. So that's all of them, all built from one box and ready to choose whatever I want. Now obviously I've only got one of the servitors, so it's not a full double up kill team, but I can choose whichever agents I want to play with. Now it's just going to be a black spray, and then hopefully all of these are gonna come together looking very similar. They'll have so you really, I don't think you're going to be able to tell the difference whether it's a proper model or not. I think it's they're different enough that you're not doubling up on bodies, but individual enough that they're gonna stand out from each other. So time to paint up. So now I've sprayed these guys black and then given them a dry brush of a white just to pick out the details. So there. I'm not going to bore you with all of these guys, but just to show you what my conversions came out looking like. So this was the one I was a bit worried about because of the green stuff, but it's pretty much disappeared. And yeah, it's a little bit messy, but that'll paint up quite well. The Hexorcist agent, where's the focus? Hexorcist agent. Yeah. Quest Keeper. So this had the bit of dodgy green stuff. Oh dear, hasn't painted over properly, is it? But again, I think that looks pretty good. And then the other one was this Enlightener, and he's come out pretty well as well. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with these. As I was saying, I'm pretty happy with these, the way they've come out. These guys here are the conversions, and they all line up pretty well and look pretty decent compared to the original ones. So yeah, the lack bodies, and one could have been an Imperial Guard, but it turned out to be a Necromunda body, just for the variation, so they weren't all robed. Yeah, I'd like to see some more conversions. I was looking and I couldn't find any, so yeah, let me know what you've done with yours. Okay, so I'm going to get these painted, and maybe I'll show you that in the future. Bye for now.